everybody, and welcome to the newest adventure in Planescape Quantum Mortality Part 13. Today is July 13th, 2025, and you are loved. That is a very important thing that we like to remind each and every single one of our viewers and listeners at the beginning of each and every single one of these games. If this is your first time joining us, you can go to youtube.com/indooradventures/indooradventures to check up on all of our videos that we've played up until this point, or you can go towards anywhere audio casts are being made available for free. You can find us there under the same moniker. And speaking of things that are being made available for free, if you go to patreon.com/indooradventures, you can check up on our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community. But let's say you already support us on Patreon by visiting, because currently the Patreon is on hiatus because we don't release content enough on this channel for me to justify making you all pay a monthly fee. And you're trying to think to yourself, where can I go to help support this fantastic show? Well, you can actually go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. There you can find all of our merch. We got t-shirts, we got posters, we got mugs, we got crop tops, throw pillows, shower curtains, aprons, clocks. We even have face masks with the symbol of Tiamat upon them, designed by our very own Cyberwolf 1201. And hey, you know how I said that to help support the show? I lied. All of the proceeds go to help support Doctors Without Borders. So if you would like to help support a good cause, you can again go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. As it turns out, we don't want your money anymore. We're gonna give it away. We're gonna give it away to other people, like you, the viewer who no longer has to pay for Patreon, or doctors. So good people. But that is it for my opening spiel. So hey, Dingo, who you playing today?
I'm Dingo. I use she, her, and he, him pronouns, and I am playing Whisper, who is a water genasi moon cleric. Uses she, her pronouns.
And Kylie.
It's me turn. Hi everyone, my name's Kyle and I use she, they pronouns. And today I'm reprising the role of Tessell, the currently metallic dragonborn Echo Knight fighter who uses they, them pronouns.
And then me is me, right?
Yeah.
Hey everybody, I'm Wings, also known as Danae Keener. Today I'm playing as Aluvire, who is currently a fighter, always a minotaur, and we both use she, her.
And I am the Indoor Adventurer, he, him, and today
I shall be playing as Orillo, Thread Twister, Bugbear Rogue, currently a little traumatized from having found out he is not strong enough for the potion seller's strongest potion.
And I am Cyber. I use he and I any percent pronouns. I will be the DM for this, running a game of Dungeons and Dragons for my friends. Just to recap, after following a couple of threads and going to the Institute and speaking with the professor there, and also one of you going through the market to try and find robot parts for your very fancy robot that's broken. You all reconvened, and a few of you came very close to dying in a mimic colony that was infesting the market ward, and a couple of you did die. Whoops. But we are reconvening at Fell's Tattoos, where Aluvire has reconstituted and is being given a new tattoo, and the player character formerly known as Shriek and Sigh has reconstituted as a new form, referring to themselves as Whisper. So that's where we left off. At Nihilist Within, I think blacking out at the Grace Pit would be good for me, actually. At Silver Linings _ TBD. So I'm supposed to contain multitudes and wolves. This is starting to feel like a lot. At Us Insight Checks, staff. You have been randomly selected to take part in a brief interview about the Us and your experience. It should only take about 1 hour to complete, and as a thank you, we'd like to offer you a 500 gold piece gift. What you doing?
So Whisper has appeared. Aluvire is in the chair, and it's Bro Aluvire.
Mm-hmm.
I think Orillo just walks over to Bro Aluvire, puts a hand onto their shoulder, just says,
It's good to have you back.
Oh, thanks, man.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I am in desperate need of a shower and a little bit of a trim.
because Orillo, who had lit a keg of smoke powder inside of the mimic colony, is a little singed, a little damaged, and
Has
is
a little bit of acid and goo.
and is in need of some tender love and care from a nice bath.
At the mention of a shower, Whisper narrows her eyes and sort of glares at Orillo, but doesn't say anything.
The grudge has carried over, I see.
It's like crows, you know, like it's a generational grudge.
They will teach their children your face. Yeah, I guess that's a yeah, I'm trying to decide whether I'm saying this in character or not because Bro Aluvire is so close to my actual cadence. Whoa, it's like death is the ultimate shower. Cause I'm not dirty at all.
Tessell is like staring into the middle distance, like considering the depth of
Whisper just quietly says, "It does have a cleansing effect."
I mean, it would kind of have to, considering certain afterlives, you know, in cultures or worlds or dimensions where you have reincarnation. Like, some people believe that your soul gets cleansed so that it can start over in a new life.
Surprisingly refreshing.
I always feel pretty refreshed when I'm freshly inked.
What speaking of, what does Aluvire's new tattoo look like?
It's one of them little miniature mimics that killed her.
A little potion bottle
Tiny potion bottle.
with like glass spike teeth and a tongue going out.
Very poignant.
Orillo, you didn't happen to catch one of those, right? I think Sponge is lonely.
I want to say less than 5 minutes after Orillo has left, you hear the shower go. Shower comes off. Orillo is back out, and he just sort of like shakes his body.
I thought a different Orillo was gonna come down. Whoa!
No, he's fast shower. This is utilitarian Orillo.
Oh, okay.
No hot water was used in the process of the shower. No, he comes back out.
Which is pretty incredible because he's got a lot of hair.
Hey, man, if you know what you're about, just get in, get out. Orillo comes out and he has like a comb and he's just sort of like getting like the burnt hair out of himself. And he just says,
Unfortunately, I did try to snag at least one, but they were caught in the explosion with us. That being said, if you would like to get one, I can direct you to the strongest potion seller that I have ever encountered. However, you will be making that journey alone.
Oh yeah, that sounds like a bad idea. I'd be way outnumbered.
Yeah.
I think I'll just stick to this one. Look, I make him dance.
Orillo just like looks at you. There's 1,000-yard stare. He sees the dance, and then it's like the flashback of them like hopping towards him. Just shakes his head a little bit.
All right, so That being said, I was unsuccessful in finding parts for my robot friend here. However, I was directed to, I think it was called Dungeon Land. He was like a survival TV series.
The show.
Yes.
Yes, the show.
Yes. I needed to watch a specific episode to find out more.
From TV?
From the streams, yes.
Whoa.
In order to find out more about my project, apparently I have to watch one of these episodes. I've never really been into the whole reality thing. Well, I don't know. I am into reality, obviously, but like, I don't know. It feels scripted at points. It's weird.
Are you planning on watching alone, or do you want to have a watch party?
I'm unfamiliar with the phrase. If you
You know.
would like to indulge in some stream, you are more than welcome to join.
So,
Yeah.
as a reminder, you have a contact who has a newsletter recapping the show and specifically arranged for them to bring you notes.
Yeah.
They were going to meet you, I believe, here at Fells.
Yep. And I will relay that to the party and just say,
So I have to stay here at least until the notes get delivered, because last time I had somebody act as a middleman for Janet, it didn't work as well as intended.
Well, I think that's perfectly fine. But I don't have any other errands I wish to accomplish at this time, so I'll probably stick around.
Well, if we're talking about running errands for people,
Orillo will like start like looking around if he has like a shopping list or something. I don't think he does. I think he spent a decent amount shopping for himself last time. That's not Orillo. That's a different character.
I don't got any errands to run, but I'm happy to go with somebody else, because you know me, I don't get lost.
Whisper, make a perception check.
You got it. $18.
From within wherever you hold your inventory, there's a muffled sound.
Whisper sort of pats down her satchel, and then we'll open it up and pull it towards her face and like start rooting around in it.
It's coming from the Mimir, which just periodically gives an update. Memory repair is at 20%.
She just kind of quietly says, "Thank you." And then we'll look around at the rest of the group. I don't know if anybody else heard that, but the Mimir is at 20% capacity. It seems it continues to repair.
Well, that's good.
Indeed. I may have one errand to run. but it can wait.
Well, shoot, I'm not doing anything right now.
Specifically what she's referring to is going back to, I cannot remember his name. He's the private investor.
Ignatius.
Yes.
Yes,
Ignatius Inkblot.
that guy. That smile, that damn smile. Sorry. It's a good thing that I'm the head empty character today.
Just a face with tentacles.
Yeah.
The smile is that two of the tentacles like raise at the corners a little bit.
Oh, because he's got like a mustache going on.
Adorable.
So is that, I mean, if we don't have anything else going on, going to Ignatius seems like the right idea.
Whenever you open the door to leave, you see Janet there with a dossier looking at the ground as two cranium rats scurry in past her.
Are these cranium rats we recognize?
No. And the two cranium rats make their way to Aluvire and Whisper.
Oh, dude, it's Bonehead.
It does not look like Bonehead.
What?
Whisper picks up the one that comes towards her and says, well, who are you? You are not Patricia.
It just looks up at you.
Are you mine now?
Mm-hmm.
What happened to Bonehead and Patricia?
Yeah, Whisper suddenly gets like a very panicked look on her face. Who was watching Patricia? And like looks at Orillo.
Thinking back, you were.
Shit.
Our babies!
They've been backed up. They've been restored.
Whoa. So we kind of have like a connection, little guy.
It looks up and squeaks.
Red.
Am I getting the right impression that when we died in the potion cellar, Patricia and Bonehead also?
Yes.
That's sad.
I did light a keg of smoke powder.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
So while all of your magic items and equipment and everything did rematerialize along with you, it does not appear that the cranium rat squeakers associated with the us are bound by the same quantum immortality that the rest of you are. But
Well,
another rat has made its way to you that if you ask it to serve you squeaks, it appears to have the same, for lack of a better term, user settings applied to it.
I suppose we'll have to do a little something for Patricia, and we will have to get you a new hat. And a new name. I think you'll be Retricia. Retricia it is.
Am I interrupting something?
No. We ran into a very strong potion seller earlier today, and two of us are looking a little bit different than we were a couple hours ago, if that makes any sense.
Which potion seller?
Orillo will describe the location.
The potion seller.
As it turns out, There was nobody selling potions there. It was a room full of mimics, made of mimics.
Yeah. Yeah, that shit was
I
a
wasn't
mimic.
familiar with that one.
Well, now hopefully you don't have to be.
The more accurate term would be mimic storage than potion seller.
And Orillo just like solemnly nods.
Well, Orillo, here's what you asked for.
Always appreciate it, Janet.
And, let me know if it helps.
He says that he will, and then is this so? Historically speaking, when Janet has offered information on things, does Orillo, is this like a give me information, I give you a tip, give you monies for it, or is this
It's more of a favor in kind thing.
okay, gotcha. I just wanted to know if I needed to mark anything down. Orillo says thanks, and then
As always, if you need anything, just let me know.
I'm thinking. I'll be in touch.
and Orillo just sort of like tips his hat at her, and then once the door is closed and he has the information, he just says,
I hate it when she's thinking. That always means that I have to do something horrible. It was fine when I had the store, because then I would just pawn it off on new adventurers who were looking for a discount. Oh, like this one time. I sent two adventurers off. They had to get a mask of an Acer. One of those, like, fire dwarf-related things. It was terrible, horrible time. At least for them.
This isn't Daggerheart, so I can't add a fear for myself.
but yeah, Orillo, now that he has the information,
Well, that being said, I got what I was waiting for. If we would like to go to see Ignatius, now seems like the right time. Unless you want to go to a tiny hat store first.
No, that's okay. I will fashion a hat myself. But, I suppose it depends. Did you want to have your watch party first?
Well, it's a little hard to watch.
and he just shows a stack of papers.
We can always try and track down the actual episode itself. But we could do that on the way. See if there's like a contained projection, some kind of recording of it.
A vision on demand.
One of those VODs.
All right. Patricia, would you be able to track down a vision on that for me?
Do you have a mimir?
I do, in fact. Although not up to 100% capacity.
It should still work.
Well, all right. I'll let you futz around with it. I trust you. And she'll put Patricia in the bag with the mimir.
The rat pops up out of the bag.
Do you give permission to sign in?
Am I signing into Patricia or am I signing into the mimir?
You're letting Patricia, as you, sign into the mimir.
Is it gonna fuck up any sort of like recovery that it's doing?
No.
Okay. then I think she just
You're basically letting Twitter log into Twitch for you.
okay, yeah. She'll pet its little nose and say, "You have permission."
It squeaks and disappears back into the bag.
Off to Ignatius, then. Unless, Aluvire, is your arm finished?
Fel, am I good to go?
Fel responds with a thumbs up emoji.
Yeah.
Excellent. Let's go.
All right, and you begin making your way down to Inkblot Investigations. Along the way, Orillo, do you begin examining the dossier?
I think, yeah, if
Or
other people are
do you
leaving,
attempt to walk and read at the same time?
I think he'll scan the dossier. He's not gonna like do a deep read of it, but if there are any like big, like he's basically scanning for like robot, like, or like automaton, like any kind of like key phrases that he can then be like, oh, okay, like I need to look more into like page 13 later.
Yeah, you definitely pick up on those words coming up. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. That is a 10.
Okay, you take a point of bludgeoning damage as you trip.
Oh, it's like dexterity for reading while walking.
But we did have a long rest, right?
Yes.
Oh, thank God.
Wasted.
I think we just let him die here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is what he would want.
Try to chew gum and walk at the same time. Just GTA. Wasted.
Honestly, this Orillo's been gone for too long. I want that guy dead.
Too much survival instinct in the rogue.
But you do make your way to Inkblot's his office, and as you make your way in, you see him and another person sort of locking eyes and not speaking, not saying anything, but tend to be focused on one another. You would recognize them as the UNT apothecary, Tristan.
Ooh, we know them.
Yep. But after a few seconds, Ignatius does look up to you, and you hear within your head, 1 second, and continues staring into Tristan's soul.
Whisper will patiently wait, maybe.
Find you somebody who looks at you like that.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything. Yeah, I'll just Whisper will patiently wait.
And after a few seconds, Tristan will nod and say, well, thank you, Iggy. And he'll sort of get up, walk out, to say, oh, hi. And make its way out.
Hello again. Goodbye again. And there's like a brief wistful look on Whisper before turning her full attention on Ignatius.
So, what brings you to my office today?
Well, I believe we had an agreement of sorts. I have the information you asked for.
All right. Now, and he sort of pushes himself up from his desk and levitates a little bit off the ground. Again, big purple octopus face man in a, well, he's not in his trench coat right now. It is hung up tastefully on a coat rack. But he is definitely in like noir suit and everything. Would you like to share that verbally, or it may help me get all the context if you allow me to do a detect thoughts? In exchange, if you would like, I can give you a free preview of my typical services, or I can give you my usual rate of 50 gold.
Well, I had hoped for sort of an arrangement for an exchange of information. I will give you what I have, and in exchange, I have something I would like to ask of you to look into for me.
And are you saying this verbally or telepathically?
I think she says it verbally, and but follows it with, but I believe detect thoughts may be delightfully efficient.
Very well. And he sort of comes up to you. Please think very carefully about this sinkhole. And leans in very close to your head. Would you like to resist?
No.
Okay.
She does not resist. And she sort of recounts all of Sai's memories from delving down into the sinkhole with Aluvire, and then the subsequent re-dive with the entire party.
That's useful, thank you.
You're very welcome. In her mind, she very carefully tailors this to exclude not this particular thing, but what she says next. She very carefully tailors all of her thoughts to exclude any context around it. But she asks Ignatius, in exchange, and I understand if it will require further favors, but I would like for you to look into as much as you can on Orillo Thread Twister. And she says this in her head.
It will take me some time, but I can certainly do that.
Take all the time you need. I am not in any particular rush. This is a very careful thing for me.
In the meantime, would you like to follow up on the magic spider, or I suppose I don't have any information right now on the fact that you have memories that do not appear to be your own, but
for all intents and purposes, they are
I see.
My own the same. I can go into
He's
that
seeming
another.
to think about that. Like he seems lost in his own thoughts. Like something's not connecting for him. And he's trying to process that.
She smiles outwardly, and in her head says, I can go into that another time, but it would depend on how much you're able to obtain for me. But if you'd like, I can follow up on the spider.
I know Fenrilla Defarge at Shadowweave Silks. Has a lot of context about that group.
Can you give me that name again?
Fenrilla Defarge.
Thank you. Then I will follow up with that, although, like you said, it may take me some time.
And I will let you know whenever I find out enough about Orillo Thread Twister.
Very well.
The rest of you, Whisper and Ignatius are just staring in each other's eyes, very close. Like, it kind of looks like Ignatius is like about to kiss Whisper's forehead.
I think out of like
That's bad news from a mind flare.
I think in an effort to try to be polite, Tessell is just kind of like looking around at the rest of the office, like noting the decor, just like, like doesn't want to like intrude on this.
It's honestly kind of a mess. Like there's just like overstuffed filing cabinets. Although the papers don't appear to have anything actually written on them. It's there's also like little sticky notes everywhere, but again, having nothing written on them. You're not sure what any of this like what use any of this will actually have.
Yeah, they're just kind of rocking back and forth on their heels, just kind of looking everywhere except at Whisper and Ignatius.
Yeah, Orillo, I think, is like he's looking at Whisper and Ignatius and then realizes, oh, they're just gonna do this whole thing in their heads. And he'll just like kind of start just like to quote Baldur's Gate 3, cursed to put my hands on everything. And he's just gonna go around and start just like picking up little trinkets, like looking at them, setting them down, like looking at like if there are books in the office. Like he's just touching shit.
Yeah, I mean there are a few books, some of them with actual writings in them. Although, do you speak deep speech?
Common, gnomish, goblin, and thieves can't.
So no.
Thieves really kidding in this situation. Yeah, he's just kind of he's taking stock, at least, just seeing if there's anything there. But if not, that's fine.
Right. Does anyone else have anything that they would like me to look into?
go ahead.
I feel like the answer is yes. Like, we all wanted to come here to talk to him, and there was a reason we all came together. But I can't remember what we were all looking for.
Well, we sure would like to find out if we can get money for turning in your bounty.
Well,
But that's not something that we wanted to openly discuss in front of you.
well, apparently you don't have to openly discuss anything. You could just go up and be like,
yeah, sure, Mr. Inkblot. I think I got some I'd like to ask you about. I mean, actually, it's more for like a friend, I guess, or like a different version of myself, I guess.
All right.
So, hold on. How do I do the brain thing?
Just think in my general direction.
Okay. I don't know if I can think in any direction, but, I'll try.
Just keep your mind relaxed, Aluvire.
Done. Yeah, Aluvire is gonna communicate with Mr. Inkblot.
About?
She asks about Bard Aluvire's voice and whether or not somebody has heard of it, seen it, any weird like music being played through portals or whatever. And I don't know, man, like that whole magic spider thing seems kind of related or something, so
Based off
like
of based off of Whisper's memories, I would agree.
yeah. Okay, cool. Glad to hear that I'm onto something here. Or she is. Or somebody is. If you can, like, just... Yeah, you're good at finding things, right? That's your whole job?
I can find information about things. Yes.
Oh, dang. Well, I mean, like, that's pretty good still. It's better than what she's had before, so... You do think, like, the magic spider thing's related, right?
It would make sense, yes.
Sick. Alright,
I can
thank
spend
you.
more time following up on that lead, but if you wanted more context, I would, like I mentioned to Whisper, follow up with Fenrilla Defarge over at Shadowweave Silks.
Shadowweave Silks. Alright, we can do that. Alright, dudes, anybody have anything else that they wanted to talk about?
Not myself, no.
No, seems like you have a lot on your plate already, but perhaps in the future.
Alright, cool. Just for a record, I just did the brain thing because it was, like, quicker and faster and stuff like that. I would like to talk about this later. If you guys are cool with that.
Sure.
Of course.
Great. Let's do it before Bard Aluvire rolls back around, because she's not cool with it. I mean, she's cool with it, but she's, like, not good at it, if that makes sense.
Whisper kind of cocks her head to the side, but I think doesn't say anything else.
And Ignatius sort of interjects at this point. Would it help to mention that despite this being the first time I believe I've met Whisper, I recognize them. I recognize her.
I was thinking about that.
I had my suspicions on that sort of thing. It is helpful to have confirmation.
Wait, do you know Whisper because you knew Psy? Was it Psy?
Indeed.
Yes.
Oh, okay. You just you didn't know Whisper from like some other thing.
Yes, but in the way I remember it, I remember it as Whisper.
Whoa,
Fascinating.
that's crazy.
Whisper kind of gives a knowing look to Tessell. Because I think Tessell was the only other one that Whisper showed Orillo's bounty poster to.
I believe that's correct. Yes.
But again, does not say anything further, just gives that sort of knowing look. That is
Okay.
incredibly useful. Thank you, Ignatius.
I wish you all the best of luck.
You as well.
What you doing now?
Well, if I remember correctly, we set our moving castle in the direction of
Ribcage.
Ribcage.
Yes.
Okay.
Do we know about how long we had, or
Nope.
how long we suspected?
Nope.
Because I know
Yeah, I
it's
think-
a little wibbly on that.
I think it's one of those things we have to dip back in, status check, and then dip in or out, regardless of, or according to what we want to do.
That makes sense. Well, everyone, I suppose we have a couple of options. Whisper sort of says as they're filing out back onto the street. We could check in on our progress on making it to Ribcage, or we could oh, I suppose we were meeting someone in Ribcage, weren't we? Our attorney, perhaps?
Madison.
No, we're not meeting her. She gave us someone, contact information for someone we could speak to.
Correct.
So Madison is arranging a meeting with Vi, the lady of the lady of Nessus, the mistress of Nessus. But and that may help you have a fast track into Avernus, like to actually get into hell. There was no indication on when exactly that would need to be. Because she just said that she would get it set up a couple of hours ago.
So we probably have time on that front if you want to pursue this, pardon the pun, thread with at the
Shadow Silk.
Yes.
Or Shadow Weave.
Wait, the what now?
Oh, Orillo.
Oh yeah, that happened in our brains.
Aluvire, would you like to elaborate?
Yeah. Mr. Inkblot told us that we should go and ask Finrilla Defarge at Shadowweave Silks about the stuff that we're looking for. Like, she knows stuff about like the magic spider and stuff.
GM, am I familiar with this person?
Make a history check. If you would like, you can use charisma as your modifier.
I never heard of this person in my whole goddamn life. That's a 5.
Nah.
Nope.
All right. Well, I'm more than happy to tag along. Otherwise, if you would like me to go and check to see the status of Ikaru, I'm more than willing to check for that as well.
I believe we have some time, and it may be best if we all stuck together.
Understood.
Oh yeah, if we come across another mimic house, we probably all want to be together.
If we come across another mimic house, I'm going to need more smoke powder.
Well, I will keep my fingers crossed that these are just silks, especially because I would like a little bit of something for Patricia. I think she would look nice in silk.
Ooh, like a silk hat? That's a whole thing.
It is.
Whoever is attempting to find shadowy silks, make a survival check.
My survival's okay.
I'll do a survival check, why not?
Go for it.
I got an 8. Whoa, we're back at Fell's tattoos.
If I were to also make a survival check, would we be able to work together?
Listen, I just don't get lost. I'm not very good at finding things.
I just always know
Wherever
where
you
I
go,
I'm like
you
a
can
homing
find your way
pigeon. I
back.
just go back.
The great homing instinct, not great sense of direction.
Look, no matter where you are, no matter where you go, there you are.
Yeah. Dude, that would make a sick tattoo.
That is from Buckaroo Banzai.
I mean, you can also contribute to this if you would like.
Oh, I will attempt.
Whoa.
I'll give it a go. I'll see if I can help.
Well, okay. So your first instinct is to go to the market ward. And that is probably a decent instinct, but you keep being brought back to the smoking crater that was formerly known as the potion cellar.
Yo.
And see the lines of Daubus and caution tape around the area.
I'm starting to feel like we are going in circles.
This whole place is a circle.
You've got me there.
The Kenku on the flying carpet. It's like, so where you're trying to go?
Oh, we're looking for a silk shop.
Which
Shadowy
silk
silks.
shop? Oh, yeah, that ain't in this ward. It's back in the hive. In the night market.
Oh. Does it become night here?
Yeah. I mean, the lights like dim and come back on. The skybox changes, but
Oh, that's right.
there's no celestial object that is causing the change.
Are
Well-
you a guide by chance?
No, I sell bags.
Fair enough.
Perhaps it's time we hire a guide.
I think we should hire a guide. Yeah.
What was the name of the guide we were using?
Zaya.
Zay or
Zay.
Zaya.
I'll pull out my cranium rat and open my DMs from when I last asked her for her help getting to the institute, and was like, and I'll say, "Hi, are you free at the moment?"
No, it costs gold. But I'm available if that's what you're asking.
I like
Yes.
this one.
I Yes. Here. I will send you a gold. There's somewhere we need to navigate to, and we are dreadfully lost.
Yo, we're not lost though. I know
Aren't we,
exactly
though?
how to get back to where we were.
Aren't we? We're a little lot. We're tastefully misplaced. How about that?
Your
Listen, I know a
cranium
thing or
rat.
two about wandering.
Your cranium rat sort of perks up and asks, "Would you like to enable location sharing?"
Huh?
You get a response back, "On my way."
Okay.
And climbing out of a second-story window, and down a fire escape, is Zaya, the Hexblood, in a more casual student uniform. Like, it's definitely like after class.
I will fish a piece of gold out of my bag and be like, "Thanks for coming on such short notice."
Where are you headed?
What is it? Silk weave, shadow silks in the night market.
Shadowy Silks.
That's the one.
All right. Do I still... Hang on. And she digs around in her bag. Hold this, and she hands a plastic spider ring to somebody.
Orillo's got it.
Yep.
And hang on.
I like to think that Whisper kind of jumped for it, but was too short, and Orillo grabbed it first.
Yeah. And she pulls out a worm. Just a live worm. Okay. And she'll reach for the spider ring.
Hands ring back.
All right. Stick close, and she'll go like a block down, and go into an alley and open up a porta potty or an outhouse. And once you follow her through, it opens up into out of a sewer grate, and it seems like it's below the grease pit, and puts the worm back in her bag and goes up to a utility closet with the spider ring in tow, and pops back out into a street that you've been around before, and you specifically clocked it because the stall of Death Primitives once again greets you. But a couple of like as soon as the pop-up stands and stalls and everything it sort of go back into the street where there is actually brick and mortar stores. Like 2 doors down is a shop with like tailor's tools and everything displayed on it that says Shadowy Silks in a few different languages.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's
Thank
right there.
you. Excellent work as always. Thank you very much.
So, are you thinking you're going to need anywhere else, or?
Well, Aluvire, you know how to get back home, so
Oh, yeah, no, that's totally off the table now. I don't do the wibbly wobbly portal stuff. I'm more like mazes.
But you can
Whenever
get
you
back to
say
Fells.
mazes, Zaya gets like this 1,000-yard stare. Careful here. You you might not like the mazes that you find.
Duly noted.
But as you approach Shadowy Silks, there is a bright attention-grabbing sign on the door, which also has a... Imagine, if you would, a 3D movie in the theater. And whenever you go in, there's that stall of glasses. There's that like bucket of glasses that the usher will hand out to you. There's one of those hanging on the door, right below this sign that reads, in multiple languages, arachnophobia warning. Our staff includes a hardworking team of spiders, which can be frightening to customers. For your safety and your comfort, for our safety and your comfort, consider wearing these accessibility glasses.
Whisper hands them to Aluvire.
Oh, no thanks. I'm trying to quit. Wait, no, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm... What the fuck is going on? Actually, yeah, I think I will hold on.
Accessibility option.
I thought that was something else. Yeah, thanks. She'll like tuck it away somewhere. That's not really a problem for me, but like this would probably be good for later.
Orillo will take them and put them on. It says,
I'm not afraid of spiders. I'm curious. I want to know if they like turn into something else, or are they just like not there?
Tessell will
Never
take
you
a
say
pair of
no.
glasses.
Whisper does not.
Okay. Well, as you open the door and make your way in, you see, it's essentially a boudoir. There's many, dresses, cloaks, suits, clothes of many kinds, being displayed on racks, and in the back of the place, and along the ceiling, you can see, well, those of you who are not wearing the accessibility glasses can see, just strands of spider silk and a few different variations of spiders, most of which are fate spiders, who keep popping in and out. And you can see some of them descending to in the back, away from the displays, who are like actively spinning silk, while two dark elf women are helping actually thread these into actual completed outfits, or they're being in the process of creating outfits from them. Those of you who are wearing accessibility glasses see essentially little slimes with googly eyes that just levitate and squish along the ceiling and go back and forth. But it is essentially little slime, little gelatin balls with googly eyes. The eyes are definitely appearing in different directions, and there are only two of them.
I think Tessell is like kind of like adjusting and readjusting the glasses to like, what does it look like this? Oh, fascinating. What about this? Oh, I see. Just kind of like their curious nature taking hold of them.
That moment when you have to stem in the middle of a 3D movie and take off the glasses and put them back on and take them back off and put them back on.
Just have to see what it's like.
but an elderly dark elf woman who's sort of crocheting in a rocking chair, like literally two steps from the entryway. It's like, hi, can I help you?
Can't hear you.
Would help if I was unmuted.
Possibly.
Whisper says, yes, if you wouldn't mind, we are looking for Fenrilla Defarge.
Ah, well, you found her.
Wonderful. We came here about a sinkhole.
I don't think I sell those. I sell cloaks and dresses, some outfits.
Rather more what was at the bottom of a sinkhole. Is there somewhere we can talk a little bit more privately?
Make a persuasion check.
Am I good at that? No. That's a 3.
I'm sure whatever you have to say, we can do it out here.
Very well. She sort of looks to the rest of the group like, does anybody else want to explain?
Orillo is doing the thing where he's like taking the glasses on, taking them off, but just in the like, are the spiders more apparent with the accessibility options turned on? Like, do I notice them more as slimes versus just if they were regular as spiders?
No, it is 1-to-1.
Yeah.
It is really just the lack of legs and extra eyes and fangs.
Fair enough.
That appears to be the change.
So, there was a sinkhole that opened up not too far from here. Last I remember, anyways. We went through a couple doors to get here, so distance relative. That being said, we went down the sinkhole, and there was an intellectual who was performing some sort of ritual in congruence with this magic spider theology.
She puts the needles down. Well, I'm sorry to say I don't have a lot of connections with that group in the moment. It's a fun theory. And yes, it was fun to investigate and everything, but I have to say I lost interest in it. I found satisfaction in the connections I made and the understanding that we all exist as a part of a larger world's wide web. But going further to understand the core mechanics of it, which I think is what you may have stumbled upon. That's not where my threads tie in. I'm not sure what the rest of them are up to now. It's been years. Uh, Strange that they're doing it here, though. I figured they would still be in the demon web pits.
Based off of the interactions that we had with them, it seemed like they were more attempting to sort of bypass the Lady of Pain's no portals rule in place to try and bring elements of the demon web here.
That doesn't sound like them.
There
But it could be.
was also a laboratory of sorts, and within it they were sort of creating these designs. And she sort of reads through her bag, because I think we sort of sketched the designs that were sort of the geometric signs.
Yeah, we took notes. Yes.
And sort of hands them to Finrilla.
Ooh, resonances.
It seemed to be related to sound, but I couldn't interpret anything further than that.
Oh. Yeah, how familiar are you with the arcane?
Fairly.
You're familiar with the verbal aspect of spell components.
Correct.
It's it was sort of a new theory whenever I left, but some of the girls there were trying to better understand the nature of some specific verbal components, like what makes a power word a power word. And is it that specific word? How come some aspects of the arcane require verbal components while the others don't? How come similar psionic effects can still take root without a verbal component, or any component for that matter? And so they were starting to look into the effects that certain sounds make on the arcane, which is very easily illustrated. And she sort of takes one of her strings and stretches it out. It's more easily illustrated with, and she'll pluck on the string, reverberations.
Such as with an instrument or vocal cords. Or...
Exactly.
Well, that seems like a harmless inquiry on its face.
Until one decides that in order to truly investigate the nature, they have to repeatedly cast Power Word Kill.
Oh.
I'm not saying that that's what they're doing. It's just,
Sure.
Sometimes science can repeating the same experiment, especially with high octane.
There are limits to the harmlessness, and the
Yes.
open-endedness can be quite dangerous.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Again, that was sort of what didn't interest me anymore.
I can see why. And I suppose from what you've said, it's rather unclear as to why they would be conducting these within Sigil.
Right.
Is there anyone you can remember still within that group? Although
That's still alive? No.
Mm.
This may be a silly question, but what is the demon web?
Are you familiar with the Abyss?
In that it exists, yes.
It is a part of the Abyss.
Oh. So, not particularly pleasant?
It depends on your perspective.
From purely out of context, it sounds as though it's intended to connect to something.
I'm not sure what the intent is. I think it just exists.
It just is.
Yeah.
Outside of purpose.
Does everything have to have a purpose? That was another one of the questions.
I do not think so, but many things do, I suppose.
Yo,
There was a
that
very
hits
heated
deep.
debate. I remember. Half of the girls were certain that Loth's demon web pits were the actual ties between different versions of the material plane, and the others just thought that it was a spiderwebby version of the Abyss that just sprung out, didn't have a purpose other than it was always there, and others sort of followed the classical, hey, it was created as a prison plane for the Lady of Spiders. That debate got rather out of hand.
I can only imagine.
And no, people died. Different times.
Well, I don't know if it's really that different. I guess it confounds me, but I'm not a part of it, so.
So did y'all want to buy anything or just interrogate an old lady?
Sorry. I
apologize.
realize this is kind of a long shot. You didn't hear about any of your old friends, like, stealing someone's voice?
All of my old friends are dead.
Right, but, like, before they died.
No.
Do you think it is a possibility that that group would?
Depends on what crazy ideas one of them came up with. If they were looking into specifically the effects of verbal components of spells, it may have to do with different vocal pitches effects on those verbal components. I honestly don't think anybody was starting to look into that. But
That's
that was years ago.
it's all right. I think we wondered if perhaps we thought it was a possibility that they would take it for study, but in regard to your question, though, I actually did come to purchase something. If you had anything for my friend here, and she pulls Latricia out of her bag. I was looking for like a hat or maybe a little collar or something.
Oh. And she'll like open a drawer and take out a few different familiar size clothing and just show you a few different, start to put some around the rat. Is there any particular piece that you would like her to pull out?
I think Whisper sort of lets Patricia like investigate to see what she kind of likes, but eventually kind of tries to steer her towards like a why can't I remember the name of it now, but like a frilled collar and a pointy hat.
Okay. And it will not cost more than like 5 silver.
Out of curiosity, I, as you can see, am not without an additional layer or two. He's like motioning to his hair. However, I have a friend who would probably love if you had some sort of silken long sleeve shirt. Do you have any with magical properties?
So there are 4 specific like specialty pieces of clothing. First off, there is a dress of many pockets.
It has pockets.
It has many pockets, which would go for around 50 gold. There is there's a specific kind of silken outfit that goes for about 500, but it is clothing that has like almost the properties of light armor. So like without being armored, it would add +1. They have typical cloaks of Elvenkind for also 500, which sort of help with stealth and everything. And for 50,000, there's a very specialty item called the Cloak of Arachnida. Along with, normal non-magical outfits.
Orillo will purchase the silken outfit that functions as light armor for 500.
Okay. Within your inventory, you can add a Pride silk outfit.
Okay. Inventory, manage inventory. You said Pride silk?
Pride silk outfit.
Okay.
You will need to have Critical Role content enabled.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah. That is going for the other Orillo.
Whisper will purchase the dress of many pockets.
Okay. You should be able to add that to your inventory. It will be 50 gold. For the fans, can you tell us what that does? Because I haven't reviewed this in a minute.
Yeah. This dress has 6 pockets that can be magically shown or hidden. While wearing the dress, you can use a bonus action to cause any number of its pockets to appear or vanish from it. The pockets can be located anywhere on the dress and needn't be in the same place each time they appear. Each pocket is large enough for a small parcel, measuring no more than 4 inches in any direction and weighing no more than 2 pounds. While a pocket is hidden, its contents are magically moved to the inside of the dress and evenly distributed throughout it so as not to affect its delicate appearance.
Thank you, Griffin Saddlebag.
Hell yeah. So yeah, Orillo has just sort of like delicately folded. I'm assuming that there's like a gift wrap option for the purchase of the silk outfit that he just purchased, or like some way to like contain it so he doesn't just like have a bundle of clothes. But yeah, he will put that into the bag.
Right. Anything else anybody wants to attempt to purchase or look for here in Shadowy Silk or here in the night market?
I'm good on my end.
What kind of things are available in the night market again?
Okay, so the stall that you were just at, or that you had passed before, was the Death Primitives, which, if you remember, last year in session 3, had a few different ways of if you were to die, you would not die. They're primitives for death. So one of the things was like a spell scroll of death ward, which was like 2,000 gold. Very pricey things.
Gotcha.
Death insurance or life insurance is not cheap.
What a racket. I'm not going to use that money anyways. Yeah, I think I don't think Orillo is looking for anything else here.
But there was also near that a fruit stall that was run by a pixie named Cherry. And I believe one of you had the last time that you had gone by Cherry's stall, the price was not gold, it was hair.
Oh. Is it still hair?
Yes.
Then I would love to get some fruit.
Fries and Dragon Ball.
Is fruit stall low-key racist?
Whisper will also get some fruit for Tessell.
Okay, you can each add a piece of fey fruit to your items. Okay.
Do we remember what the fruit does? I don't remember if we purchased it last time.
I don't think we have, because I still in my inventory have a piece of fey fruit that I have yet to eat.
I literally don't remember. Like I said, this was in session 3, which was a year ago at least.
I struggle to think that Shriek wouldn't have eaten a piece of fruit had she gotten one. But I think Whisper will eat hers as they continue to sort of peruse the night market.
Okay. It's delectable. And as soon as you finish the fruit, you're kind of sad that that there is no more. make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 13?
Okay. You do not become exhausted due to the cravings. That's it.
Okay. But I do think Whisper looks a little morose as she turns to Aluvire. Aluvire,
Yeah, what's up?
could you make the potion dance again?
Oh, yeah. Aluvire's been, like, lost in thought for the past few minutes, but, like, it seems happy to acquiesce to this request.
Whisper doesn't smile, but does, like, clap a little bit.
Oh, I love that.
And as we become lost in Aluvire's biceps, that's going to be a good point to take a break.
All right, sounds good. So we are going to try and be back in 5 to 10 minutes. Don't go no place unless it's to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, or possibly go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. Pick yourself up something nice, and we'll see you all shortly. All right, everybody, see you soon. And we're back. Hello, everybody, and welcome. We've returned from our break. We bought some fancy clothes. We bought some clothes for people. We bought some clothes for pets.
We bought some fruit.
Bought some fruit.
Now, y'all are wandering somewhere. Where you going? What you doing?
Well,
From within Whisper's bag, you hear two things. Number one is the rat saying, "Found it," and the second being the skull saying, "Memory repair 24%."
And the wait, so Ratricia said found it?
Mm-hmm.
What did Ratricia
I think
find?
she was looking for the episode of Dungeon Land.
Oh shit, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, shit, that sounds like watch party time.
Oh, excellent.
Do we want to have the watch party in Ikaru?
You know, I hadn't considered that, but sure, yes.
That
Seems
seems
like a
like
good
the
place.
right idea, right?
Yeah, there's like a living situation there.
We can't take Ratricia
Oh no.
to Ikaru, so we would need to have the watch party where Ratricia would be able to then track down the episode for us.
Well, I found the
So, like,
episode. You can watch it.
Oh, because it goes to the Mimir.
Mhm.
It's on the Mimir now. Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
Downloaded it.
We better
It's
not
like
be
whenever
paying
you
for
whenever
us
you log
premium.
into another site with the token from another site, you're good until you log out of that original site.
Yeah. Okay.
But it'll still be connected for a little bit. It's just whenever that connection expires.
Gotcha.
Keep Ratricia alive.
Yeah. Orillo suggests watch party.
I'm in favor of going to Ikaru. We can watch and also check on the status of our progress towards Ribcage.
Any other objections? If not, set course for the three-eyed horse.
Let's go.
You make your way over to the clerk ward, to the three-eyed horse. You go down the alleyway with your lapis lazuli key, and pop back into the castle.
looking outside of the castle, is it are we there's always the skybox changing, but are we getting any closer to like a hellscape skybox, or is this still like more amorphous in nature?
Right now, you are in a scene where your castle is attempting to dislodge its foot from within the maw of some creature that is within the ground. Uh, if if you can imagine a copyright neutral Sarlacc pit.
It's a Sarlacc pit, but with a bee emoji in front.
Yes.
Yo.
And your castle is currently right now attempting to dislodge its foot from within its mouth. But
Problem, guys.
Yeah, does it need help in this matter?
no.
Well, if it's unbothered and moisturized in its lane, then so are we.
Our companion, the Professor Zathier,
Zathier, yes.
is in here, right? I would like to go speak with her. She, her pronouns?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. She is up in the navigation room with the Castellan, who is the golem with the map projection.
Yeah, I'll pop in and just be like, "Hello, we've returned."
Hi. Did you find what you needed? Any update? It'll still be a little bit before we get to Ribcage.
Yeah, we followed up on some things we needed to take care of. Also, are you working on the Mimir right now? It seems to be repairing.
Not at the moment. I fixed the shell. It was more, um, it was needing to basically remind itself of what data it was collecting.
Oh,
But
so it's
that's really nothing that I could help with.
oh, okay, so it's a self-repairing procedure. Very
It's
well.
self-repairing, or just being basically going over that same information that it was being given to record in the beginning.
Hmm.
Like downloading a backup, I guess.
Okay. Well, that's the status of that. We
The
followed
castle
some.
lurches a little bit.
Oh.
Oh, okay, so we're good there. And you can see on the map, like, where it was not changing. Now you see that the castle is moving now.
Oh, whereabouts are we? Just kind of like peeking
Uh,
over the map.
Somewhere in the realm, but we're like toward the, like, going anti-spyward. We're closer to the ordered direction, and maybe a little bit further toward the positive energy spectrum. Sort of like toward fortitude and automata.
Oh, okay. So we have a little ways then, as you were saying.
Right.
Well, yes, we followed up on some things, some theoretical things that we were trying to get more information on and other errands. We may not stick around for long then. We're once again trying to follow up on some things. We're having a watch party for an episode of Dungeon Land, if that interests you.
A what?
You know, we're all gathering together and we're watching a vision on demand and
I'll be honest, none of this sounds familiar.
oh, okay. Well, we will be participating in a leisurely activity as a group and you are invited to join should that interest you.
I appreciate it. I will continue navigating the castle.
Okay, fair enough. Just wanted to make sure you were invited. And Tessell will just kind of slink out of there awkwardly. I'm trying to remember who has the most spacious room. It might be Orillo, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Because Tessell has the nest, and Whisper and Aluvire are bunking together.
It's Orillo. You could also just do it in, like, the common room. It doesn't have to be in somebody's bedroom.
Oh, you know what? So true, bestie.
I'd also rather not watch the video about how my robot got hunted for sport in the same room as the robot.
Oh, Oh, okay, we do have a map of this floor. Yes. Okay, yeah, let's probably at this little table, kind of in the common area might be good.
So you put the mosaic mimir down, and it asks if you would like to resume playback.
Yeah. Everyone have snacks?
I'll take a bite of my fave fruit.
In your mind, the vision plays out. There's no visual in the three-dimensional space. It is all occurring within your mind. But on this episode of Dungeon Land, the group of SZA will be participating in the scenario S3 Expedition to the Barrier Peaks. You see a human, you see an Aarakocra. The human's name is Severin, the Aarakocra's name is Zephyr, and you see a familiar dwarf in a bismuth battle suit, battle armor. Aranor Silverreach, an artificer. And they enter this dungeon, the dungeon of Dungeonland. And in this scenario, it is a derelict. The way that you can best describe it is either a biomancy or a construct facility somewhere in the middle. There are a lot of very advanced constructs whose configurations match the robot that you've found. And the architecture of this place is very unique, because even though you remember being told that this was happening in Oerth, around where the free city of Greyhawk was, there's nothing like stone or wood or any of that sort of familiar architecture. It seems to be like mostly polished metal. And you can see that there are, lights going off, but none of them seem to follow the same sort of arcane power sources that you're familiar with. Like, this seems entirely alien to... It definitely seems alien to the party, but it's definitely novel to you. And this group, they're given a series of tasks by this disembodied voice. The way that it's presenting itself is just in these like colored orbs that seem to spark with light whenever the voice appears. And it's giving them like a series of tasks to do. Go to this room. It will attempt to like turn off or disable some security measures or something, but it's trying to send them towards what's called a scientist. And they go through and attempt to make their way through traps and these construct security sentries up until they eventually get put forth against this giant frog-like mutated creature, at which unfortunately the party does perish in this fight. But then at the end of the episode, at the end of the vision, they reappear in this white space, appearing to seemingly be fine, where they are offered a consolation prize and are unfortunately told that this is where their time on Dungeonland ends. And that is where the vision fades.
Yo, I really thought they were gonna make it.
You know, there is one thing I'm curious about. If the party was okay at the end of the scenario, despite their loss, how come we saw the corpse of the dwarf and the bismuth armor when we were in
Oh,
the
dang.
pit?
You're right. Come to think of it, I probably should have seen it coming that they weren't going to make it, considering the fact that we did see that dwarf's corpse.
You also remember that one of the consolation prizes was a periscope rod that one of you is now in possession of.
Oh, yo, I got
yeah,
that.
Aluvire, yeah.
Pull out the periscope rod, use it to look at Orillo behind me.
I think
Orillo,
Orillo
did
just
you...
Orillo just has like a confused look on his face. Did I like watching that? I don't know. They all just seemed so catty in the talking heads.
Yeah, Tessell will say to Orillo, did you find what you were looking for in regards to the construct that you have?
Yes and no. I mean, I found some information, but the information that I found really just raised more questions. Like, what the hell is a scientist? Is that like some sort of alchemist mixed with an artificer?
I think
don't
those
know.
are just artificers, dude.
True.
I think that's a subclass, actually.
Well, I suspect it's something like an artist. You know, whereas an artist does art, a scientist does science.
I think we have to find out more about this science before we start working on this machine.
I believe it's Scientology.
Oh no.
That's when you
Oh,
believe
no.
really heartily in a scient.
Just like I believe really hard in rocks.
Yeah. No, it's... So there was a frog monster. Well,
I've seen one of those.
okay, how about... The dwarf died. We know that much.
Uh-huh. But he was okay at the end. But he still had a corpse. What does that remind you of?
That reminds me that after you leave a reality vision on demand, you still can do things after. I don't think he lost Dungeonland and was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna like go work in a shop the rest of my life and never adventure again. He was already too like monetarily invested in being an adventurer. You saw the armor.
Totally, dude. But you know what? It also reminds me of us because we also leave corpses behind, but then go on living.
Yeah, my main point was like he had two other people that he was with, the Okokra and then Severin. So maybe those two would know more because we haven't found their corpses. We don't know if they're dead, but we
Yeah,
also...
sure. Let's talk to those guys. Quick question: was the dwarf there at the end with the consolation prizes and everything? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think he just died doing a different thing that wasn't game show related, so he just stayed dead.
Wait, no, he was alive though, right? At the end, right?
Yes.
Am I reading that correctly? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he died in a different circumstance.
Got it. Okay.
Like, yes, he died during the game show, but then apparently got better.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
we have seen
but you
his
found
corpse.
him dead in an entirely
Yes.
separate circumstance.
Yes. Okay. Oh wait, he died later. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind. It took me a second to get
Yeah,
there.
that's what I was like. He can do things like if you leave Hell's Kitchen, you can still be a chef somewhere else. Like,
If you leave
Depending
Hell's
on how
Kitchen,
you leave
can
Hell's Kitchen,
still
but, like-
die in a different circumstance.
If you die in the game show, apparently
don't
you
die
don't
for real.
die for real.
Wow. Okay. I'm caught up now.
But this guy did die for real.
Yo, I really thought I was onto something there.
so, okay, so throughout the course of the show, did we see the robot?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, you saw robots like him.
Okay.
So I think if we want to figure out more about that, we would have to go to the Barrier Peaks, or at least where it was, unless these are self-contained, like, are they props? I'm not actually sure how Dungeon Land works. Are they real quests with real... But it's like real quests without real danger. If they just get brought back at the end.
Well, this is the first episode I've ever seen, so I'm not sure.
Guess we'd have to ask around to see how much of it is a show and how much of it is real.
I mean, I do know somebody who has actively watched every episode of the show and runs the equivalent of like a fanzine, but also does the recaps.
Yo, who's that?
It's Janet.
Whoa!
Eh.
I never expected it from her. Good for her.
Yeah, a lot of people have hobbies. Now, that being said, I'm just not sure. I don't know. Rather, I'm just left with more questions.
Well, what are you so confused about?
So the consolation prize was the periscope,
Yeah, huh?
and the automata were confined, as far as we know, to that laboratory.
Uh-huh.
So how did it find its way into the bottom of a pile of a scrapyard in Mechanus?
Maybe they were done with it and they threw it away.
That's just wasteful.
Free. Well, if this is something you would like to pursue, Orillo, maybe talking more to your friend who is super caught up with Dungeon Land, maybe she can give you some insights into the behind the scenes.
Possibly. In the meantime,
Can we only watch this with the Mimir?
Mm-hmm.
do you mind if I hold on to the Mimir? I have some notes I'd like to cross-reference.
Whisper sort of narrows her eyes and says, "For a time, but I would like it back.
I'm not going to leave the tower with it if that's what you're concerned about.
Understood.
Yeah. Orillo will take it. He'll take his dossier full of notes, and I think he'll just like go back to his room and start researching and then like cross-referencing what he's researching with the episode.
What you have in the dossier are very detailed notes on exactly what happened in the episode. That, I mean, it is largely one-to-one, except Janet goes into details about like their specific strategy, how many times they split the party, the their hit to miss scenario, how long it takes them to solve puzzles, or
Gotcha.
like there's a lot of statistical analysis on how they have progressed through the episode.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I think. Yeah, Orillo will probably watch the episode at least like 1 to 2 more times to see if he can glean any additional information.
Make an investigation check.
Ooh, boy. I am rolling hot garbage today. That's a 7.
Yeah, there's no additional insight.
Okay.
As Orillo goes on about his business, Tessell is going to say to Whisper, there's something I need to look into in the library here. Whisper, can I ask for your assistance?
You may.
Perfect. If you wouldn't mind following me. And yeah, I believe the library was on one of the lower levels, so head downstairs. As Tessell is there, they're going to try to look very casual and like pick up a book as they're like look around, pick up a book, reading it but not really reading it, and we'll just say, so what did you ask Ignatius for in return for what you found?
I think Whisper sort of picks up pretty quickly that we are looking for a book, TM, and just starts like perusing through next to Tessell and stays very close to Tessell, and says, well, I simply asked him to look into one of our friends. Any information that he could provide.
And is this related to, perchance, a poster that we found, or you found, related to one of our friends?
I would say that's a fair assumption, particularly since, well, there's a reason I prefer to convey it through mind rather than through mouth.
No, makes sense in the context. Yes. I know when we last spoke, we were different iterations of ourselves when we last spoke on this topic. Do you have any different thoughts on the subject now?
You must understand. And Whisper sort of snaps one book shut and pulls out another one. Retrieving the item that is supposedly contained within that ridiculous shop is of an utmost importance.
Tessell will realize that the book they are holding is upside down. And will like write it. And will say, I know. I have the memories of this conversation and the approach Chromatic Tessell took, but would you care for an unsolicited counterpoint?
I am open to it.
I'm just wondering. I mean, Orillo is a very savvy sort. And I'm wondering if you were to tell him about what you found, maybe there is a way to, get what you were seeking, but there are less consequences for Orillo. Maybe there's a way we can circumvent the worst of it. Do you get what I'm saying?
I think I understand, and I also understand that it is quite an uncomfortable endeavor. Orillo has moments of how should I say? Camaraderie, but ultimately has proven to me a very selfish creature, and gives me no reason to believe that would not take this situation and turn it into something lucrative for himself. The item is incredibly valuable, and I do not believe that the gold in his eyes would fail to cloud his vision.
Tessell nods, like taking in what you're saying. Gently. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I think Whisper just puts another book back and sort of mutters, my sister selves may tend to lean otherwise, but for me, I'm afraid my mind is quite made up on the composition of his character.
Yeah, Tessell nods, takes a moment to like really digest and form their next thoughts. So in the meantime, they put a book back, pick another one up, and says, that is an interpretation of Orillo. And I'm not going to argue that perspective, but I would like to offer another one. Orillo, I believe, wants to ensure people receive an excellent experience. Maybe from a customer service perspective, but I think if you were to present it to him, maybe he would try to work with you to find the best possible conclusion in which you receive what you're looking for.
Whisper sort of pauses mid page turn. I suppose you do make a fairly good point, and I would say that is largely applicable to the Orillo we know now. It is the other two that give me more pause. But, Tessell, I trust you very much. And I agree to give it more thought.
I think Tessell will start to pick up like a stack of books that has accumulated on the table, and will begin like shelving them back, and will say, I'm not going to tell you what to do or how to proceed, because I don't know if I can classify a right or wrong in this situation. It's just not my style. There's too many options to consider. But I just wanted to offer a different perspective than the one you received from me previously. Just something to consider.
You're right. There are more avenues than just one. And we would do well to consider the geography of all of them.
Tessell, upon shelving the last book, will turn and look at Whisper. I think for like the first time, like for real, since they started this conversation, be like, well, I know that whatever you decide to do and however you decide to proceed, it will at least be something you gave a lot of thought into. And that, I think, is what I would want from you in this scenario.
For a moment, as she's sort of looking up at you, you see like one of her eyes peeking out from her hair, because otherwise her hair completely covers her eyes. And she snaps another book closed, and it sort of puffs the air in her face and blows all the hair back over her eyes. But she says, "Understood. I give you my word. I will not make more movement until I have time to thoroughly muse and discuss this further with you."
If you don't mind, I think Tessa will kind of like extend a hand and kind of like place it on your shoulder, and then like I think linger a little too long, and then just be like, turn it into a pat instead, and we'll just kind of like nod and walk off.
You are most fortunate that you did not pat my head. And a small smile is shown on Whisper's face.
Just a look, considering that. Just a nod, and we'll walk off.
Aluvire, what you doing?
Orillo wandered off, right?
Mm-hmm.
Guess that leaves Aluvire alone in the room. I think she pulls out the arachnophobia glasses and like tries them on, looks around, kind of like
Make
snaps
a perception
them shut.
check.
Oh, I don't like that, but I will do it. It'd be very funny if I like nat 20 this, and it's like there are so many spiders. How about an 18?
Like by putting them off and on, your notice is brought to the attention, or your attention is brought to the fact that there is one spider in between two of the bookshelves. It is very, very tiny, and appears to be mundane in every way, other than the fact that whenever you put on the glasses, the otherwise ordinary brown-colored spider, it turns into a bright purple goo blob with two mismatch-shaped googly eyes.
She puts the glasses away. She's gonna like walk up to the spider, sort of look at it, and be like, "You don't know anything about this, do you, little guy?"
It does not respond in any way.
Yeah, that's fair. Hey, where did Orillo go?
Just to his room. So there's the entry, the area where we were watching, and he took like 3 steps into his room. If you knock, he'll respond. Like, he's not like totally just like, no, I must seclude myself for secrets.
Do not speak to me. Yeah, Aluvire will go knock on Orillo's door.
And Orillo, who is like in the middle of like his second watch through of this episode, realizing that like nothing has changed in it, just stops the VOD, puts it on pause, and goes over to the door and opens it up and just, how can I help you today?
Oh, well, I mean, I guess the way that you can help me is just to like keep an eye out for some stuff.
Like magical things or mundane things, or like sights and sounds?
Well, that's the thing. I don't really know much about it.
He'll extend the door a little bit more. Come into my office.
Okay. So here's the thing. Bard Aluvire's not very good at talking about this sort of thing, and Mima just doesn't do that. So, I guess it falls to me to tell you about this. So, Bard Aluvire's voice got stolen by a spider. It wasn't specifically a spider was used, but it was like a wizard or something.
Was the wizard a spider?
No, I think the wizard was more like a spider wizard.
So like one of the drow, one of the magic spider people that we've encountered, or just a wizard who specialized in spiders? Like an arachnomancer.
Okay, but maybe like both. Here's the thing, I'm not the best person to talk to about this.
Hold up. Bear with me, please. I'm thinking.
Wow, thinking makes colors flash on your face like you're looking at some sort of screen that's changing rapidly.
It does that.
It's the vision of the episode that's still playing within his mind, because he did not press pause on the Mimir.
Hold on, I'm getting like 3 different things happening all at once.
Yeah, dude, that happens to me like all the time.
Do you have a question?
Yes and no.
If you aren't good at talking about it, and you have Bard Aluvire's memories inside,
Oh, but they're scrambled up in there.
that's not the part that I'm asking.
Oh, okay.
The memories are in there.
Mm-hmm.
So, I would be able to help if we were to procure a scroll, or if I happen to have one on my cloak of many things. Let me just check. Essentially, if I have a spell scroll of Detect Thoughts on my cloak. Let me just check.
Does the Cloak of Useful Items contain spell scrolls?
I did roll for a spell scroll containing one spell of 1st to 3rd level.
If you would like that to be a Detect Thoughts,
Okay.
you can spend it there.
Okay.
I've been feeling a little more not as useful lately. If I do this for you, can you promise me one thing?
Sure.
Can you say wow?
Dude, I'd do that for free.
You are my favorite kind of customer.
And Orillo will, off of the Cloak of Many Things, pull off the spell scroll patch, hand it to Aluvire, and he will turn and walk over to the window, hop up, and say,
Just remember, you promised.
and he will jump.
Oh my god, Orillo, no!
All right.
Oh.
Now, Wings, I have another question for you.
Yeah?
Heads or tails?
Jesus Christ! Fuck. Heads.
Heads? Okay.
Yeah.
Flip coin. Flipping.
Is this the point where we say wow?
No. Let him cook.
So, you wait about like a minute, and you're just like in Orilla's room. It's quiet, holding this spell scroll. You hear a croaking sound
God damn it.
from under the bed as a small frog hops out wearing a tiny little hat.
Thank goodness.
And you hear from outside of the room, Jeremiah! Jeremiah! And the frog, like, looks like, oh god, no. And the door opens. Jeremiah, I have been looking at... Oh, there he is. Hello. Oh, you, yes. Aluvire, was it? Right? Big, strong, reasonably handsome?
Is this the part where I say wow?
Oh, not yet, but you can say it as many times as you want. Now, that being said, I believe you were holding on to something for me.
Oh, is this for you?
Yes. Now, what I'm going to need you to do is sit down, close your eyes, deep breath, deep breath, deep breath. Clear your mind. Should be rather easy for you.
All right. Okay, I'm waiting.
Now, this is the part where consent comes into play. Do I have your permission to dig? To dig deep?
Yeah, sure.
Excellent. Now, and he just like puts a hand like full on like the top part of your face. Close the eyes, deep breaths, and he will unfurl the spell scroll of Detect Thoughts, and he's going digging for the truth of Aluvire that the fighter cannot say.
The Detect Thought spell is on the wizard spell list, correct?
It is.
Oh,
and you can cast more than first level spells.
That is correct. I can cast
Okay.
up to 3rd level spells.
Okay. Yes, you can successfully cast Detect Thoughts with no side effects or anything, what are you digging for?
I am digging for anything related to Bard Aluvire's loss of voice, as Fighter Aluvire has described it.
Okay. Danae,
Yes.
if you have control over how complicated this is going to be, but describe tell Orillo how like what would be the difficulty class of finding that knowledge, and if he hits it, would you mind describing like the sort of scene of Bard Aluvire losing her voice?
I'm gonna put it at a 13.
Okay.
Because it's not an easy thing to do, but Fighter Aluvire is very much opening the door for you.
Hang on.
Incredible.
Damn it, I don't know where on this the levels are. Oh yes, typical difficulty classes. Would you consider this hard or very hard? Or medium?
Medium?
Okay, that's a 15.
15? Can do. All right. So, would I have advantage on this roll if Aluvire is letting me in?
No, that just means you don't have to also do the you also don't have to make Aluvire do a saving throw.
Okay, sounds good. Is this going to be with Arcana or Investigation?
It's Arcana.
Okay.
This is your spellcasting check. So if you are not proficient in Arcana, you would just use your spellcasting attack bonus.
Yeah. Okay, sounds good. So, with that being said,
If you do not have heroic inspiration at the moment, your leap of faith would grant you it.
okay. I got a 22 on my Arcana check.
Holy shit.
Looks like having a +8 in the ability to, do the wizard thing is helpful for wizards.
Not in my experience, but go ahead.
So, please tell.
So, you're specifically looking for what happened to Bard Aluvire's voice.
Yes.
Okay. So, arachnophobia warning?
Just put on the glasses, it's fine.
Audience, for our arachnophobia
For our
audience.
Yes.
Yes.
Imagine, if you would, any references to spiders just being little goo balls with funny little googly eyes. It helps, I promise.
Bard Aluvire was at one point captured by Drow, these spider wizards. And they used a spider to extract her voice. This was a physical thing that happened. And they are gone now. They've disappeared. She has ever since been trying to regain it, and obviously has certain accommodations, has somehow cracked the code on how to cast spells requiring verbal components without a verbal component. She has been searching for her voice for quite some time. She has no idea what they wanted her voice for, but she has heard it, and she has been following it through portals, and that's why she has ended up in Sigil.
Okay. Is there, so when the voice was taken, is there, a memory of, what the wizard looked like? Or anything along those lines? Or is it sort of like they weren't a core character of the scene, so they just have, the gray, no features, and all it is hands with Spidey?
I'll leave that up to Connor.
If you saw this person again, you would recognize them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, As this is being done,
While
yeah.
I think while you're doing this, there's like sort of like weird like tertiary stuff going on. It's a detect thoughts, but like you're detecting thoughts on a body that's like hosting like
3.
several
Yeah.
other you are with a 22. I would say that you're definitely able to pick up on the fact that Monk Aluvire has a vow of silence. She's capable of speech. She just never will. And Fighter Aluvire took some fists to a knife fight. But the thing is, like, Fighter Aluvire and Monk Aluvire absolutely have come to terms with this. They're very chill about this. They're very like cool with their accommodations. They have no sense of loss over this. Bard Aluvire like feels a deep sense of loss and a deep need to regain her voice.
Okay. So as Orillo is like hand on your face, finger up to his temple in the like Doctor Strange kind of way, learning all of
Fighter
this.
Aluvire like is always like peeking. Like sure, eyes are supposed to be closed, but
And what Bard Aluvire or what Fighter Aluvire would see through the like slots in the fingers is Orillo in a deep state of concentration reaches out to his familiar Jeremiah and like motions him forward. Jeremiah comes over, you see him open up his mouth. Orillo grabs what looks like a almost like spectral pen, and he begins to just start writing in the air. As I will combine this detect thoughts with my encode thoughts cantrip to create a recording of the vision that I have seen from Aluvire, to then pull out the relevant information. And then once the vision is complete and Orillo sort of like takes a step back, he unfurls this long strip, like this almost chit sheet looking piece, like this almost like long string of paper. Like if you took the small tiny paper that a fortune cookie has, but just extended
Right.
it out.
like
And
ticker tape.
from ticker tape. And he will take the ticker tape and he'll look it over and will clasp his hands together. And I would like to cast Prestidigitation to create a wanted poster that displays the drow man that Dunn took the voice.
Okay.
And Orillo then, holding this illusory wanted poster, says, "I believe this is the man that you were looking for."
Wow.
That's the spot.
Okay, dude.
Everybody okay with this?
Dude, that like
You do not
It
know
really
how
does it.
long I have waited for anyone to say that to me. It's been a
it really
long,
does it for you, huh, man?
long time. Orillo will then go over to his drafting table, lay down the wanted poster, and begin tracing over it onto a physical piece of paper, so they have a physical version of the wanted poster to keep from the prestidigitation.
Okay. Congratulations. You have your wanted poster.
And as for the bounty, that is for you to decide. But in the meantime, oh God, it feels good to be helpful again.
And on that note, I don't think there's a better place to end this.
That is where we'll call it for today's session. So I'd like to say once again, Cyber, thank you so much for running this game. This has been incredible, but I am always so happy to have y'all on the show. Cyber, where can we find you? What do you do?
I don't know anymore, dude.
Dog's tail.
I'm on twitch.tv/cyberwolf1 sometimes. I'm also here sometimes with about the same consistency in the schedule. There you go.
And Dingo.
You can find me here. This is what I do. Otherwise, you can find me on Blue Sky at WheresMyDingus, DanaeKeener.com.
And Kylan.
Hi everyone, I'm Kylan, otherwise known as Kyle with N on Blue Sky and also Twitch. My big streaming project right now is a 14 game Pokemon journey. It's called the Relic Castle Project. I just got to silver, baby. We're doing it. We're getting through. So yeah, just follow me on Blue Sky and I'll tell you when I'm live. And yeah, that's me.
And then me. Hey, everybody. I'm Wings, also known as Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com doing nerdy drawings and a lot of things related to this channel. So go find me there, DanaeKeener.com.
And if you've made it this far, you probably already know who I am. But if you don't, hey, Acorns, what's up? It's me, your buddy, your pal, your friend, the Indoor Adventurer, the showrunner here at twitch.tv/Indoor Adventures. Currently, this is the only show that we do, and our schedule is a little bit sporadic. But if you would like to check up on all of the games that we've played up until this point, you can go towards where you can go to youtube.com/Indoor Adventures, or you can go towards where audiocasts are being made available for free. You can also find us there under the same moniker. But speaking of things that are being made available for free, we are going to be going into our Patreon. I don't want to say supported because I've paused all of the payments on it. But if you want to join us on Patreon, you can check up on our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community. So if you would like to ask myself or any of these other fine folk any other questions, feel free to again join us at patreon.com/Indoor Adventures. But for now, we are going to be heading out. So I'd like to say once again, Cyber, thank you so much for running this game. Thank you to all of these players for putting up with our bullshit. And of course, thank you to everybody who decided to stop on by. It was a great show. Can't wait for the next one. And we will see you all next time. All right, everybody. See you soon.